Hello everyone and welcome back to Valorant Challenges Oceania. It's stage 3, it's finally arrived. We're going right into the group stage. We've done promotions and relegations. The teams have come up through the premiere and we have now arrived finally at the group stages where we will be seeing the first round today. We will just be doing one best of 3, Arena Internet Cafe versus Koopa Troopas. Let's take a quick look at the map, Vito. As I believe we are going to be starting on Haven. It's, just come back into the map pool very recently. We didn't play it last stage, but we will be playing it now. It's going to be our first map, the pick of Arena Internet Cafe. Then we're going to be going into Sunset and, of course, Ascent, that final decider map if needed. And honestly, I cannot wait. We have had a lot of wait time for this, and yeah, I can't wait to get back into things. We've been working on a lot of tech behind the screens as well, or behind the scenes, should I say, as we are going straight into, of course, the map select. As look, these players, they're ready to get into things, and I'm immediately seeing 2 neons, which is, well, it's certainly something, I'll say that much. I cannot wait. And of course, we've got some very, very talented players on both these teams. Players that have been around the region for a long time, players that have, proven that they are very, very good duelists. And we're looking at Dasani and Feta going head to head on the Neons. So I'm very, very excited for that. Otherwise, though, I say otherwise, we're looking at mirror comps as well. It's relatively standard, swapping out the duelist, of course, for the more modern pick of Neon, and of course swapping out Killjoy for Cypher. But anyways, we will be going straight into things as hey, let's take a look at the brand new overlay system that we have. I'm super excited to be using it. There's no guarantees that it will be 100% functional, so we're gonna see how it goes. I do, of course, have a backup just in case things go a little bit sideways. But we're going to be hoping for the best here. We've put a lot of work into this, and we are definitely super excited to be showing this off for the first time here today in Oceania. And now, of course, looking at the seating on the screen, it is actually going to be Arena Internet Cafe who are, coming in as the second seeds for Oceania. And of course, they're going to be going up against Koopa Troopas, who were fairly late to the party as far as when they arrived here. But, what's important is that they are here. And that's, that's what we're going to be seeing here as, of course, the first blood has gone the way of the breach of Arena Internet Cafe. Noya immediately taken out. Trip going to be revealing Brock on the site, and, well, he's immediately going to fall. As Koopa Troopers, they're very happy to fight forward here on this pistol. Brock gonna get stunned up. It looks like Feta is gonna want to get straight into things. It's 1-for-1 trade though in the Arena Internet Cafe. Come out with the win here. So it will be an excellent start for them. Now, immediately seeming to have run into the first issue with the overlay. So I'm going to get that sorted now with the observer keys.
Shut up and let me work.
As bit of BM there. Just tapping on and off onto that spike. But yeah, it will be Arena who get that first round through onto the board. And of course, Civil Lime on the breach. He is, of course, the Biggie Cheese from Arena Internet Cafe. That name should have updated, but for some reason it hasn't.
I need a draw.
That's all good though. So we do see they are... yeah, at least everything else does look to be working so far.
Right there.
We will be getting into the swing of things sooner enough, I would imagine. It's going to be an early group up over towards C main. It is just the eco round for Arena Internet Cafe. Just gonna wait. Top of this angle. Gosh, having a few issues here.
Shadows
Okay, should be good.
Wow, my eyes are down.
As for Koopa Troopers. It's just a slow creep up. A little bit of damage dealt through the wall. But will not be netting any kills just yet. Wyatt sneaking up onto the B site, breaking that trip as Brock has gone all the way forward here, out through garage, and Biggie Cheese will pick up that first kill, second one as well, alongside his teammate. It's in a way, of course, in on the action as well. He's going to be the one to finish things off. It's a flawless anti-eco round. It's really just Biggie Cheese who took a lion's share of damage there. But all is well at the end of the day. They end up getting their anti-eco round through. It's fairly clean.
Careful there.
So I can look to see if I can fix those names. Maybe not just yet, but I believe, yeah, Civil Lime is Biggie Cheese. And Ooh is Kaderi. So we will keep that in mind as we move forward. Kaderi looks like he's going to be the one who's going to end up absorbing this hit if it does come towards the C site. And of course, Sinaway, top of these boxes, won't be taking contact just yet. As Koopa Troopers have decided to move away, reconsider their options. But that means they're going straight back into Feta, holding this close angle with the Guardian, pushed all the way up. Good Owl Drone just to push him back. So his position, okay, it will be revealed. Fault line to come out. He's going to have to run on away. Quick peek, won't be able to find anything more than maybe a tiny smidgen of damage. In fact, I don't think he even got any. Well, water is actually going to be walking straight into him.
Right here. Revealing area. There they are.
Now, sliding on, taking on over this side is Brock and Dasani. Koopa Troopers breaking it open here. They are playing against the bonus, so they definitely have the upper hand. Sinaway and Kaderi, the only players remaining. A lot to do here, 2 versus 4. They will sneak on forward. They're going to have to clear graffiti. Noya could deal a lot of damage here. Sinaway reveals the gun immediately. Taken out. Noya will finish it off. Excellent work there.
Here.
And it will be the bonus round denied for Koopa Troopers. Good stuff. Now, going into this next round where finally everyone has guns online. We'll have to see what they can get done. And for Arena Internet Cafe, you know, you got a good start, good pistol, very clean anti-eco. But still, things definitely hang in the balance here. You can see 2 players down to 50 credits. It's not a lot to play with if you do lose this round. So this is, I would say, pretty important for them to win if they want to hold on to this lead, as Feta has once again claimed so much space here in A. See immediately. Koopa Troopers, they're just running on over towards the seaside, taking some control in towards garages in a way. Considering his options, could push down towards C long, but instead it looks like he wants to fight into garage. Spots the barrel of one, steals some damage, will slip away.
Cover going out.
Koopa Troopers once again reconsidering their options, but Feta is going exploring, and this could be dangerous as the drone does get cleared. Zork gonna run away, tanking all that info, and look how diligent they are. Feta is forced to run out. His position well and truly revealed, but he's still staying, he's still fighting. And for Koopa Troopers, you've invested so much utility, but you've just pushed them back a few meters. And so instead they will be reconsidering going in towards the B site, but so much of Arena Internet Cafe is already here, already waiting, and looking to get straight back into things. Eldro now, that's going to spot 4 players, and immediately Brock going to be swinging out, but straight into the arms of Kaderi, who actually managed to bring up the flank. He's going to find a 4-piece as Arena Internet Cafe. They hold back the attack. The default can't find enough space, and instead they're just hounded like sheep in towards the B site. Excellent play there from Arena Internet Cafe, and for Kaderi, what a round. now.
This goes here.
Still managing to get some guns online here for Koopa Troopers, but this is definitely going to be expensive. You can already see Dasani only has a stinger in hand, and Feta, quick little slide in, quick neon diff. Dasani not going to have any impact in this round, as now Zork left to try and hold his own here in this close angle. Of course, he's got his teammates with him, but he has fallen. His counterpart taking him out, Brock, trying to fight in alongside the rest of Koopa Troopers, and they've done exactly that. They've managed to grasp the site. They're going to plant the spike, and, well, once again, 1v2. Oh, sorry, 2v4. What am I counting? It's been too long. Forgotten how to count. Once again, Kaderi had an excellent round last time. Sent away, kind of giving his life away for free there. Leaving Kaderi in this difficult position. How do you get back into this? 4 players ahead of you. Look at the ultimates as well. I mean, this should be impossible. Even if you get one, you're looking at a Rolling Thunder, Hunter's Fury. You're not going to be competing against that. So Kaderi will just fall back. Look to save, look to fight in towards the next round. I think it's definitely the right play. Koopa Troopers put in another round on the board. And even though coming into the group stages, you know, they are the 15th seed, I think it says more about how late they qualified. Of course, they did have to go through Premier to get here, and I think they were in the, you know, they only came in that last active Premier, and so as such they've ended up as one of the lower seeds. But you know, these are players, these are names, this is a team that has been around for quite a while now, and they've always been, you know, up there in the region. So this is by no means a stomp just because the difference in seed number is so large. So we hold that thought. Feta gonna be looking for Dasani once again, spamming through the box. He's so low, but he hasn't quite gotten enough damage through to seal the deal. And so Dasani will live to fight another day. And fight he will. Looks like Koopa Troopers are going to be going into the C site for once. No one's home either. Of course, Dasani would go down to literally any bullet from just about any guns. Got to be careful of the trips, because even those could take him down at this point. But the trips will be cleared. The spike will be planted, and now the retake will begin. Of course, Rolling Thunder available on Biggie Cheese. It's just going to hold out the fault line for now as, well, Fed has gotten one on the flank. Neuer removed, and now the Rolling Thunder considered, but actually saved for now. And I think that's a really, really great read. It would be 100% right, because all of Koopa Troopers are playing all the way back here in main. Sinaway bringing up the flank as well. They'll draw out the Rolling Thunder, but Sinaway continues to fight forward, and Water can't get anything done. It's a nice try from Koopa Troopers, but the ult usage from Arena Internet Cafe is just way, way better. They will get the defuse off. Not much time left on the board, but it is enough. It's now going into round 7. Koopa Troopers, lots of ults to play with. Still just enough money in the bank just to put together something for a buy. Stinger for Dasani. That's the overdrive, so, you know, that can definitely deal some damage, but, I mean, honestly, Dasani feels like he's been completely neutralized so far as this game is concerned. So all of Koopa Troopers grouping up towards C once again. Sinaway not playing on top of the boxes as he did last time. I'll be on the other side of the site, as I don't think that owl drone is going to have enough range to clear him. Maybe the dart will. Quick shot to try and clear out some of these trips, as Dasani is going to be going in with the laser fingers. The overdrive invested, and a prediction onto Kaderi's position is perfect. A second kill rewarded, as well as now the C site is unlocked. Neuer creeping in from the garage, spots one. Gonna keep his life, but brought down to low HP, and actually he will die, and Feta now with the overdrive on his own as Dasani doing a 1v1 with him. They're weaving out of the smokes, and Dasani is the one who ends up coming out on top. He's got himself an ace. The overdrive brought into the round from the Neon, and he comes out with an ace. Dasani, that is a way to do it. I mean, this was a very, very messy fight of the two overdrives. Dasani ending up coming out on top. It's really showing the power of Neon here. As we come back to a timeout, this is from the side of Arena Internet Cafe. Feeling a little bit shook by that round, and even though they are ahead as far as rounds are concerned, they are choosing to call a pause, call a break. And I mean, when Dasani does that on you, fair enough. Gotta take a moment to calm down. I mean, this is Arena Internet Cafe we're talking about. This is, one of the most storied teams in our region. The team that fought against JFT for that spot in Ascension, made it so close. Ultimately falling at that last hurdle, but now coming into stage 3. Stakes not quite as high as going to an international tournament, but still very much. You're going to want to do well, especially in your opening game. Just to prove a point, to prove that you are still one of the best teams in the region. So, off the back of that, Dasani sitting pretty, 7-5. Topping the scoreboard, making his way back up.
Here.
Now, once again, Koopa Troopas are going to be looking to go in towards the C site. Maybe detecting that that's a bit of success for them. They managed to make it work. So they will be running on, and Sinaway immediately tanked down. The Hunter's Fury comes out. It's not going to connect onto anyone, but Sinaway actually tanking the last blast of that laser beam. But support has arrived on the C site, and Koopa Troopas, they've cut noise, called the brakes on this hit. They're just going to be walking out of here for now. So from the shadows, from Sinaway, that's got a ton of information. And for Zork, he can sit here on a main, happy that no one's really going to be anywhere near him for now. It's Koopa Troopas. 35 seconds left on the clock. Where do you want to go? Where do you take this?
30 seconds
Maybe
left.
towards B. There's a trip there. Quick stun. Maybe looking to try and fake towards it. Noya will run into that trip. And that's going to draw some of those eyes, some of that attention towards the B site. But it's actually coming in towards A. Dasani sliding in. But the defenders, they're all still here. They're all still waiting. And what can Noya do? 9 seconds. This round is all but lost. Tart will reveal his position. Better, he'll be the one to claim the kill. 3 kills on the round, and well, just not quite good enough.
Last player standing. Spike down, C. 10 seconds left.
Koopa Troopas looking a little bit lost in that round, to be honest. It was, kind of just walking around, not too sure of where to go.
Out of charges.
Arena Internet Cafe off the back of the timeout, able to put another round on the board. Of course, also down to a bit of an eco round for Koopa Troopers. Sheriff's in the hand of Dasani. Looking for a fight, but Feta, not the person you want to be going against. Not with that weapon either. It's Feta immediately looking for more water. Kind of been sitting here towards C long, and if Feta goes exploring, he might find him. Smoke sent out and position spotted. Feta's gonna fall back, but immediately seeing plenty of players in garage. There's a second kill for the Neon player. Looking to get cleared out by that recon bolt, and he goes straight into Noise Classic. Manages to deal with him. But I feel like the damage has been done in this round. It's going to be real hard for Koopa Troopers to get much more than that. It's all down to water. We saw him sitting over in C long earlier. He's definitely a player worth bringing up. I believe he is a sub here for Koopa Troopers, but he's also a very, very capable regent. We know that much. He did go, one of the few Oceanic players actually to go international at the Red Bull home ground. I believe he went with something Dumpling to Japan, to Tokyo. And yeah, he's definitely one of the best players in our region. I do not doubt him at all. And I was so shocked when I heard that I believe it was Peace and Love he used to play for, where their whole thing was they didn't do any prep. They just kind of showed up, water, took the helm, took the IGL role, and led them to quite a few, you know, very, very decent wins. We go back into this game, and well, Zork, another player that went overseas with something Dumpling, manages to find the opener. Hunter's Fury finding its mark. So for now, Koopa Troopers just going to be creeping back towards A. There's not really anyone there. No trips, nothing. It really is just an open site. So if they just keep on walking forward, they will get it for free, but they will have to reveal themselves, reveal their plans eventually. Dasani's already shot in a bullet, but yeah, that definitely seems to have drawn some of the attention of Arena Internet Cafe, and with how much space they've claimed over towards C, fair enough, it looks like they're ready to go for this flood retake, but Koopa Troopers, they've just walked on outside of that one stray shot. It's been silent the rest of the way. It looks like they want to fight forward. I don't know if Zork is ready for this, but the stun comes through. He has gone uncleared as Biggie Cheese joins him by his side. Neuer forced to fall back as the spike does get planted. So many players have fallen for Koopa Troopers, and this will be very, very hard to get back into.
Enemy tag.
They have to hold their ground. 2 versus 5. Stunned up. What do? Both players next to each other. Players coming from the flank. Sinaway. He will close things out for Arena Internet Cafe. Flawless round at that. 6-3.
Flawless.
Flawless round to come through. Exactly what Arena Internet Cafe was looking for. Outside of that hero round, they took that time out, and it has been doing excellently for them. It's Koopa Troopers now. They're going to be calling a timeout of their own. So what do you do now at this point? You see some pings on the minimap from Arena Internet Cafe. It looked like they were looking to maybe fight, do something aggressive over towards A main just from, you know, their positioning. Still, of course, very, very early on in the round. They haven't really done too much as far as reaching their final positions, but, you know, ever since that timeout that they took very early on, even while they were in the lead, things have been looking very, very clean and easy for them. Winning the last 3 rounds in a row. This timeout is going to be expiring now. Koopa Troopers, gotta get back into this. Sure, it's not your map pick, but at the same time, you did choose to start on attack, and with Haven, you know, being... It's been around... Well, it's been back for a while now. You could definitely got to expect to have maybe a little bit more on this map, which has historically tended to be a little bit attacker-sided, especially while you're playing these Neon dumps. But then again, you could equally argue that Neons going into Ciphers is not the funnest job ever. So it looks like Koopa Troopers are going to be going into this A site. Rolling Thunder sent out. An overdrive immediately in response from Feta. Raining down from the heavens. He slides out, but straight into Dasani. Quick trade, but not before Dasani grabs 2. Great blindside coming out, but it's not quite enough as Zork is the only one remaining on site. Tagged down just to 1 HP.
I know exactly.
Still has to try and stay alive. Neural Theft will reveal his position, but he does get out alive. That's the flank revealed. Sinaway, having done so many times, he's just going to fall back. Zork Now waiting, looking to try get back into this. His position is known though. It's all down to Sinaway. He's already found the first, bringing this 1v2 back down to a 1 versus 1. Playing a bit of a ring around the rosy here. Sinaway isn't at an advantage when it comes to health. He's only got 30. But Neuer not looking his direction, but does manage to make the shot. Koopa Troopers, they go into a site which has the lion's share of players, and they come out with a round 1 off the back of their timeout. So, Koopa Troopers, you definitely want to try and now grab that last round. But of course, it is also not going to be a perfect buy by any means. Having lost 4 players there,
Where to set up
we've
shop?
seen a few light shields across the board. Looks like Dasani once again going to be getting that overdrive online straight in towards the C site as well by the look of things, but he's gone into a trip, gone into his own stun. Dasani in a world of hurt here, but still staying alive on site. Rocky's found the opener alongside Brock. Dasani can't quite get the kills. The spike's been lost on site, but Neuer has gone all the way through B. Brock's found Sinaway on site, and that's leaving Zork in this 1 versus 3. He's found the first. Neuer removed. You don't have to worry about that pesky Cypher anymore. So for Zork, now what do you do? Water is holding this angle as the spike gets planted, and Zork is actually going to choose to retreat all the way back into attacker territory. Look to go for this flank, and he might have ran for a bit too long as both these players are falling back into them, but they're not looking his direction. Zork, he's found the first. Has that shock bolt as well. Brock! Oh no! Not the shock dart! A 1v3 for Zork as Arena Internet Cafe will come away with yet another round.
My ult is ready.
It will be 8-4 at the half. Great work from Zork.
1 enemy remaining.
I thought there would be no way he was running for so long, but I guess he just wasn't heard.
Trick shot.
And that shock bolt deals just enough damage.
Right here.
So now we swap sides. Near Internet Cafe, they're going to be starting, of course, on the attack now. Starting with their pistol. So we look at what the buy is. It's like very much ghosts being favored across the board. Unfortunately, part of this overlay, we don't quite have access to all the utility information. We can see weapons, we can see shields, but utility and health are unfortunately not something that we have access to. But at least we can see some things, and it's a lot more than what we can see in the normal in-game HUD, so definitely glad that it's working for the most part. A few things behind the scenes had to get fixed early on as we go back into this round. Brock, creeping forward, but Kaderi manages to take him out. Spike is going to be planted on the A site, and, well, it's going to be a 4 versus 5 retake on this pistol.
Right here.
Not an ideal start for Koopa Troopers. You're already down so many rounds that you have to now make up, starting with this pistol. When you're at this much of a numbers disadvantage, what do? You send Dasani out to the flank. That's what. Biggie Cheese caught in that relay bolt. Now Dasani sliding forward, looking for even more. Both players are right there, waiting for him. Dasani's gotten them all. The hero player, the Neon, that's now 2 massive multi-kill rounds for him. Koopa Troopers, I asked the question, how do you do it? How do you bring back that numbers disadvantage? Well, Dasani shows us exactly how he plans to.
Found the spot. Gotta go.
Such good work.
1 enemy remaining.
That's 3. Go, go, go.
So yeah, Dasani, definitely a highlight player, always putting up crazy moments. Now, forcing up to a Phantom in this anti-eco round. They are up against mostly Sheriffs, so Arena Internet Cafe, they could definitely deal some serious damage. They just have to find those shots. They've at least found the spike. A free B site. Stasani looking to try and push out of guards. Try and bring up that flank once again. Has revealed himself, but all of Arena has gone on for a bit of a ring around the rosy. They've gone all the way through the B site. They might be flanking the flanks. Neuer staying alive. Gets taken out. Zork now going to upgrade onto a Bulldog as Brocky has managed to do a 1-for-1 trade with Dasani. There's of course Water holding the line as well, but so much damage has been done. Even though Koopa Troopers get out with the round, they have lost 2 rifles. So I think in the long run they should be alright, but definitely not ideal. Thankfully Dasani haven't bought up that Phantom. That's going to be a tool that's available. Otherwise though, we lost a Bulldog and I think an extra Spectre as well. Wasn't paying too much attention to what Koopa Troopers were bringing into it. But I mean, yeah, this is still a bonus round that could deal some damage. It only takes, you know, a couple of moments for suddenly Dasani to have another 5 kills on the board. It could happen at any moment, especially with him fighting forward so aggressively. That is something that we see quite often on Haven. The duelist players getting real active over towards A main. And honestly, for the most part, neither team looks to want to really fight it too hard. Instead, they go and exploring on the other side of the map. Lots of control in Garage obtained. Good spot on that spike amp. Gonna move one of those trap wires as well. As Dasani, he's gotten all the way out. There we go. 2 kills on the board in a moment. Like I said, you blink and you miss it. As now this bonus looking very, very good here for Koopa Troopers. Now, even with the worst guns, you know, it's not looking too bad when you're up 5 versus 3. Look at the minimap. They've just fallen back, playing real disciplined here. You've got those opening kills. You can fall back and really let them think about what they have to do. And for Arena, the answer is walk on over towards that A site. Zork looking to creep his way forward. Brock's the first to spot him and he's the first to fall. Not before Brocky got one peeking from heaven. So now 4 versus 2. This is looking increasingly difficult for Arena to try and hold on. Great paranoia, but they haven't cleared Zork. He still stays remaining in this corner, but Dasani finally clears him. It was a good effort from Zork, but at the end of the day, when Dasani starts off a round with a quick 2-piece, it's going to be a hard one to get back into. As you can see, the trades go back and forth, but in that scenario, the team was started off with the opener. It's the team that comes out on top. Dasani really starting to take off here, and you know, before he got that ace earlier on, I was talking about how, you know, Feta had a great start on the Neon, winning those pistol rounds. But yeah, ever since Dasani has really stamped his seal on this map, doing so much here. Once again, looking to chase down these players in A main. Yeah, the TP Sinaway wants nothing to do with it. He's out of here. Straight over, back towards the C site, but that's where Water is waiting. That off angle, on top of that box. It's a tough one to deal with sometimes when you're not expecting it. And they weren't expecting Neuer from Garage either. No smokes invested there, and Neuer is holding his ground. Sinaway now, the only one remaining. And around the dark cover, he's found Brocky staying alive, but Dasani from the flank. Koopa Troopers, they've managed to even the score now, 8-8 here on Haven. This is where things start to get dicey for Arena, as they're going to be calling a bit of a timeout for now. So what do? This is your map pick. Things started well, but ever since that side swapped, Dasani has really been tearing things up. And for Arena, we've seen some flashes of brilliance. You know, all the players, they're putting up decent performances, but at the same time, feels like Dasani is kind of just wiping the floor with them. And I mean, you look at the kill discrepancy on the scoreboard as well. I mean, look at Arena. All of them are going even or positive. And then for Koopa Troopers, you have one player going positive and the rest are going negative. Like, it's crazy. You'd expect Arena to be on top looking at that scoreboard, but I mean, Dasani has single-handedly just won them like half their rounds. What can you say? When you've got a player doing that, the rest of the players on the team can kind of take a back seat for a while. At the end of the day, I guess it is a gun game. You get shot, you die, as a wise man once said, and Dasani seems to be doing the majority of the shooting here. Once again, happy to invest his utility. You only get that one relay bolt now, so that's already been spent. You can see Arena, they want nothing to do with this. They're in the garage once again, but you know, when Dasani's just having such a dominant hold over A, you can see they don't really need to worry about it. And they can stack the majority of their players over towards the C and B site. This really is textbook defense from Koopa Troopers. And oftentimes it really does rely on that one-star player that you know you can rely on to try and hold that space. But they have actually decided that they can let go of it. And especially with Brock getting that kill onto Neuer, I think Koopa Troopers will be happy enough to just play retake over towards the A site. And fair enough, you've got some big ults as well. Of course, the overdrive. Neural theft and from the shadows as well. It's the A site. Now the jig is up. It's been revealed. But Brock gives his gun away for free, as well as his life. Feta now having upgraded. Talked about Feta. Had a good start, but has cooled off a little bit. Be good to see the other Neon on the server putting up some highlight plays. But now as the neural theft comes out, Dasani not revealing his position. Feta will avoid that fault line, but will get hit by the paranoia. Dasani thinking about where, when he wants to pop out. He's chosen his timing. He's found Feta as he drops out Cineway, plucks him out of the sky. Hunter's Fury as well from Zork. This is an eco round that's had some bite to it. And I think, yeah, the call has been made. It's just the save. They took too long. Koopa Troopers, they've given this one away. It should never have gone their way, but Cineway, all of Koopa Troopers, I mean, I don't know what really happened there. It looked like the retake was going well. The utility was finding its mark. Dasani got a kill, but then I guess it just took them too long. They were too busy trying to sort out that retake positioning.
Right there.
And it all falls flat. Arena will finally stem the bleeding. Now Koopa Troopers, of course, still will be feeling relatively confident if I was to guess. At the same time, you can't be letting that happen again. You can already see Dasani making sure that he causes question marks, clearing all the way up to breaking that trip, and well, it's not really going to matter too much at the end of the day, as the C site will be the site that is the choice of Arena. But once again, now we're in a 5v5 retake scenario. Hunter's Fury to come out, overdrive as well. Looks like Koopa Troopers, they want to go faster here. But for Arena, they're fighting forward. Dasani can't quite find anyone, running out of steam here. Not long left on the overdrive as well, and he can't quite find his mark. Arena, they hear the ult and they say, "We will fight you." They managed to do exactly that. They will draw ahead once again. It's gonna be a timeout from Koopa Troopers. Fair enough, things were going well. But yeah, now I'm gonna call the breaks as well. Coach Poseidon, something to say about it. Try and inspire the boys. That was a tough round to lose when you use 3 ultimates and just get absolutely shut down at the doorstep. Now looking at the other team's ult economy, it's gonna be scary. That's for sure. Big ultimates coming online. You can see the overdrive, neural theft from the shadows. They're already there. Biggie Shears, one off the Rolling Thunder. You can't rely on Dasani for everything, that's for sure. And
Right there.
I think the numbers are kind of starting to show it. I mean, sure, Dasani has done excellent. Had some rounds where he really just carried the entire team on his back, but you know, at some point he will start to falter a little bit. We're really seeing the difference between, you know, Arena, a well-oiled machine that is all doing their job perfectly, versus at the moment a Koopa Troopers where it's really just on and off in a way.
Hi! I'm pissed!
So in a way, he's already found his way into heaven with the From the Shadows, and well, he'll teleport back to join his team. Better, I don't know if he'll be able to find much with the overdrive. Now the Rolling Thunder sent in one straight back in response. Feta going to be trying to hold his ground in Graffiti. Traded. Dasani sliding in on his own. Will fall. Neuer can't quite find his way in either. As Sinaway once again another multi-kill on the board. Arena, they're starting to pull ahead now, showing that they've got some fiery players themselves. A lot of individual talent in Sinaway. You know, in a way, he's been a little bit quiet, you know, not quite as flashy as Dasani, but, you know, he's consistently been getting his 1, his 2, as we've seen once or twice, even 3. He's been silently putting up those numbers, doing his job. Like I said, Arena, a well-oiled machine that, once they start getting rolling, definitely a formidable opponent you gotta do your best against. For now, down to a little bit of an eco round. Sani doesn't have the best weapon, just has a stinger. It's really just water, the only one with anything to write home about as far as weaponry is concerned. A little bit of a skirmish. Sani kind of being bullied by this utility a bit, but in a sense, just baiting for Brock, but it's all a bit of a ruse from Arena. They're not really anywhere near A. In fact, Kaderi, the only one who's really paying much attention to the A site at all. So now the flank is revealed and Kaderi might start to get chased down, but Biggie Cheese comes to join as well as Zork. And Brock will just be chased all the way back. As Arena, they're going to be taking the spike over towards the C site. That'll go down without many problems.
30 seconds left.
Don't believe Neuer put too much utility into this round. Either that or we just missed it getting completely broken. Of course, a possibility as well. Great util, great flash. Water will be able to pick one up as well as Neuer. So now they can start defusing that spike. Maybe try and get it to half, as this is an eco round that could actually manage to pull out as a win. Zork, he's found 3, but the spike was stuck underneath their noses. Koopa Troopers, they'll put another round back on the board. As, that one kind of came out of nowhere, you know, a quick 2. Ooh, that's a bit odd, don't know why that happened. No replay then, I guess. But, yeah, I mean, that one kind of came out of nowhere, like I said. I mean, they got those kills. I think it was iBrocky and Water, you know, they sent in that Paranoia stun combo. Catch one out in the open, and, well, the other player separated, trying to avoid that utility. Just some nice shots to follow things up, and then sticking onto the spike.
I'm out of here.
It's about as well as you can try and go for an eco round conversion. And off the back of it, it'll be a fast set play on towards the B site. Now falling back into a post plant where they do have the numbers disadvantage. They don't have their smokes player. Sinaway fell. And Kideri as well. well, he's managed to make things a little bit even. Koopa Troopas now have to try and fight back into this Biggie Cheese. Finding Brock out of place. Out into the open now. Brocky has picked him up.
Last player
Really
standing.
just trades as Water can't do much, and Zork another 3k. As for Arena, they're now up to match point here on Haven.
End it now. Once more.
So, well, this one
Right
is gonna
here.
be. It's gonna be, I think it's a good starter here for, I mean, both these teams, honestly.
Caution here.
It's, like I said at the beginning of the game, even though the seeding difference is quite large, these are definitely two formidable teams where it could be anyone's game. Koopa Troopers don't even have the greatest weaponry here. Brock's tried to bait for Dasani, who now has the overdrive, but what are you going to do when there's so many targets? It's going to be so hard. It's that time it will eventually expire. Dasani has to do something, has to try and fight forward. He's managed to find Sinaway. There's the smoke's gone, the controller removed. Dasani will go back in for seconds, perhaps, maybe just ferrying a gun back to his teammate. So he's made things doable, that's for sure.
Almost out.
They're gonna perhaps be peeking into him, but as that overdrive expires, Dasani falls back, knowing he's not favored at that range, even with the Stinger. Honestly, still an excellent gun, even after the post-buff nerf, which is something that happens in Valorant a surprising amount. Gun gets buffed too much, it gets a bit broken, and then they have to nerf it. But I think it's still a decent weapon, and Neons especially. Do a lot of damage with them.
30 seconds
Anyways,
left.
Arena, they're going to be going in towards the B site where Neuer, he's got a Stinger of his own, but can't quite convert with it. Zork's gotten one over towards A, and now the Koopa Troopers, this is it.
Spike
Do
planted.
or die. 2v4 for this first map. It is Arena's map pick. They were the team that was certainly favored as far as, you know, the names, the stories of these teams. But Koopa Troopers, they're doing everything they can to try and fight. This is Zork's taking out Feta. Oh, a bit of a disaster here. Now the spike defusal can begin. Spam to try and come through. As Water, he's just holding it. Zork, though, he's managed to take them out, but not before that spike was defused. As once again, Zork, you get 3 kills, but it's just milliseconds too late. Oh, that's rough. 2 rounds in a, not necessarily in a row, but 2 rounds very close to each other. Oh, it's heartbreaking for Zork,
Right here.
especially after he accidentally killed Feta. Oh. Took too long on the replay. My bad. Anyways. I mean, that's unfortunate. I didn't know if that spike was gonna go or not. Looked for a moment like Zork had done it. Anyways, though, Feta sliding on in towards the C site. As once again, Koopa Troopers, they find themselves at a disadvantage. Another round where they'll have to fight against the numbers. A Rolling Thunder sent in as well. Looks like Arena, they want to fight forward. Feta, he's found one, but are they ready for Dasani on the flank? He's fought through Garage. It's Feta, still alive, still kicking, even on the low HP. Once again, another 2vx situation where Water is now the only one remaining. And Arena,
Attackers win.
it's their map pick, and they wanted to show it. They will be taking this game, this first map of Haven. And, well, that was certainly quite the map to start things off here in Stage 3. As, I mean, hey, we couldn't have really hoped for anything better. Let's be real, as, we will be looking at the stats in just a moment. So, I believe they have come out. Let's have a look. So, I mean, Dasani, he was the man the entire time. I mean, he was putting up numbers, 6 first bloods, but of course, Feta doing a great job as well. The counterpart Neon, 6 first kills of his own, and I think overall, just I think the issue was for Koopa Troopers, you can't rely on Dasani. A bit too top heavy at the end of the day, and you can see, really looking at the numbers, no one else on the team was really even close to going positive. And I think at the end of the day, Arena, you know, they work well together. They're all doing their job, and you can see, look at the numbers they're putting up. All of them went positive, went even. Look at the assists on Feta and Biggie Cheese, of course, playing on the Civil Lime account. And hey, I mean, going into the next map, it's definitely something to think about. But hey, for now, we will be going to a break, but, you know, don't go anywhere because we will be right back. Straight into the next map of, what is it? I think it's Sunset. Could be wrong, but who knows? Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Good morning, Oceania. Welcome back to day 2 of Game Changers Oceania Stage 2. 10 teams have been vying for the exclusive spot to head to Thailand for Game Changers Pacific, and today their journey continues. Members of JX Freeze are getting one, looking for a second. Hey, extremely low, falls down, and Dawn also falls. That's a 3-piece for Zyro, and DXA using this beautiful blade storm to take 2 of Evergarden down. The trap has been triggered. Zyro ready, gets 2 clean shots.
And 2 gold, and this is working, Ricey.
Yeah, no comment. Really strong with the blaze. I'm getting 1, getting 2, looking for the 3rd, getting the 3rd.
Oh my!
Someone is in the garage, and they're going to be able to take them down and take the victory and take their place in the upper finals. Starless getting revenge. Zyro getting 2, looking for a 3rd. Sees Legacy just goes to safety, goes with a headshot, beautiful headshot. Gold is on half HP, finds him exactly where the spike diffuser is. But the time just tries to defuse, but it's not even halfway, and Gold knows where they are. Getting that defuse, China getting 2 picks as well, going for the 3rd. Full huge for them. Just getting 2. Now it's just X, last one available versus 2. Can't be stick it. X will stick and just gets a 4-piece. Retake from Evergarden. Starless taking down Sayo, going for a 3-piece. Now it's a 3v4. Oh, Legacy going for 2.
Oh my god!
Cleaning up. Just yet. X though, able to get 1, 2, getting for the 3rd. Pick 4v5, just getting another one on the high ground, going for the 3rd. Getting 3rd, going for the 4th. Defusing is halfway. Is sticking. Is still sticking. And clutches the round. Back, getting 2 members. Just getting 2 though, even though despite the blind, currently now got his last one live, and just getting the kill. Well, to try and get a bit more of advantage, but X gets taken out. Starless taking down 3-4 members of Evergarden to help sustain this tournament. Everything lies on their shoulders, but Jess takes out one, Legacy takes the other, and Vixen are moving through the lower brackets.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Koopa Troopas versus Arena Internet Cafe, where we have just seen Arena take it out on Haven 13-10 against Koopa Troopas, against Dasani's best wishes. He was putting up some real numbers on the Neon, of course, but let's have a look at the map, Vito, see where we are heading next. It will, of course, be the sunny site of Sunset, and honestly, I cannot wait. It should be definitely a very interesting map to go into. Sunset, of course, historically being a map that teams don't super love to play here in Oceania. That is something that we have heard from a few people as we are going into the agent select now. Of course, we're already seeing two Neons locked in. Wouldn't have it any other way. Feta and Dasani, they will be going head to head once again. As for the most part, things, I would not be surprised if we're seeing the exact same comps that we saw on Haven. The Neon, Omen, Breach, Cypher, and Sova just seems to be, you know, the way to go on a few different maps here at the moment. Especially with the current state of Neon, of course. If you're a big Valorant fan, you've probably been perusing the internet, seeing the takes of various pro players and what they have to say about the agent. Brock's going to be locking in the Sova, confirming that this is going to be that mirror matchup at the end of the day. So we will have to wait in anticipation to see how that goes. So hopefully we will be seeing any moment now the game load in. As I believe I have managed to fix the overlay. We shouldn't be seeing too much more of our good friend, what was his name? Chill Lime or whatever it was. As I believe I have managed to fix the overlay. Let's have a look. Yes, that does look right. So, okay, I believe we are just going to be going into things now. As Koopa Troopas this time, they're going to be starting on the defense.
I'm out of here.
It looks like they want to start things off early. Maybe looking to try and fight in towards mid. Well, I say fight. If it's in a way, it's a slow crawl. Just walking forward, eventually going to break that door down. So I gotta remember to follow the right observer.
Go, go, go.
Is that following correctly?
There.
I don't believe it is. Okay, let me quickly sort this out. Why is that not working? Well, we'll be watching Dasani for a while, I guess. Not a huge problem at the end of the day. Dasani does tend to get quite a few kills, but the action's happening on the other side of the map. My apologies as we try and sort out this observer problem.
I'm outta here.
So, Dasani, I'm going to be looking to rotate over towards the other side of the map. But hasn't accounted
30
for
seconds
Kaderi. Spike, of course, is going to be planted by Biggie Cheese
Spike
over towards the
planted.
B site. We'll go down
Go, go,
without
go.
too much of a problem. It's okay. I believe I fixed it. Alright,
One
sorry
enemy
about that.
remaining.
As, okay. Civil line, Biggie Cheese, he's managed to get it done. He's cleaned up the pistol round, and it will be going the way of Arena Internet Cafe. Well, immediately brought up 3 or 4 vandals that I just saw. That's gonna be reduced to just Biggie Cheese by the look of things, but hey, who knows? Still very much an aggressive buy here. It'd be Vandal, Guardian, Bulldog, 2 Ghosts, so you know, looking to play and try and get things done with the just the 3 bits of weaponry. Better, of course. Started heating up towards the end of that last map of Haven. He's now going to be running on in. He's found the first kill. Going to be TPing in instant away. He's managed to find water. Now Brocky,
Last player
what do you do?
standing.
1 versus 5 against these weapons. It's not going to happen. Even the Ghosts getting some work done. A flawless anti-eco, just as it was on Haven. So Arena, they will be looking to take their lead and extend it. You know, when you do this sort of buy where you know, you have 3 rifles and then 2 Ghosts, you can have a pretty powerful bonus round, and you can look at the money that they have. I mean, this is not a bad buy at all. You have 2 Vandals, Guardian Bulldog, and Kaderi on the Sheriff.
Standing
You
ahead.
can, of course, you know, pull up those back lines, just play for a lurk, play for a quick one. So this is very much a dangerous round, that's for sure. If you're Koopa Troopers, you're going to be looking at this and you're going to be a little bit worried. What are going to be trying to hold on to Garage, TPing on out, but not expecting Biggie Cheese. Noya overwhelmed on the site as well. Biggie Cheese has really had a very quiet but very powerful performance, you know, always having that breach util placed so well. One of the best supportive players that we've had in our region. So this has gone excellently here. Kaderi, like I said, you can get a quick one with the Sheriff. You've done more than enough, gotten more than your money's worth out of it. As this looks like it will be a bonus converted for Arena. Look to go on forward. See what they can find.
I'm out of here.
Just trying to chase down these last remaining guns, but Brock and Brocky, they will manage to hold on to them as Brock. He's actually managed to find himself a kill, get that little bit closer to his Hunter's Fury. But at the same time, that's also gotten Biggie Cheese to one off the Rolling Thunder. Now against the Koopa Trooper odd half-buy situation, you know, of course the attackers, it's a little bit easier, especially on Sunset, to try and go for those orbs, so I wouldn't be surprised if Arena are going to try and get an orb online, try and go for a Rolling Thunder, try and cycle that ultimate as much as they can. So Koopa Troopers, they have called a timeout very early on, very early days. And yeah, I mean, this one, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, we haven't really seen any bonuses converted today. For the most part, it's really just been You know, things going as they should. You know, a pistol round gets won. A second round, the anti-eco is converted cleanly. And then the bonus, you know, it's got a little bit hairy here and there. But at the end of the day, for the most part, on Haven, both bonus rounds were lost by the respective teams. I believe it was one pistol each. But, you know, Arena, bringing in that, you know, interesting buy, I believe, was popularized by FPX back in the day. Back before they were a team in China, back the Masters winning FPX, they were the ones that started doing that. Of course, now in the core of Na'Vi. And yeah, I mean, it's allowed Arena to now be in a very, very dominant place in the economy. And of course, on the scoreboard as well. Dasani going to try and take advantage, play in the smoke, staying alive here with the Stinger. Will escape with his life, and at the end of the day, I mean, he's going to be okay with that. You know, you've drawn out a lot of utility, you don't have an aftershock, Owl Drone, Fault Line's going to have to recharge, so I think they're going to be okay with that here on the Eco round Arena. Playing very, very disciplined though, making sure they're not going to get caught out in an Eco round like this, but they, at the same time, have to be aware that this flank could be coming thick and fast. Canary placing that trip well timed, because if he hadn't, could have gotten dangerous real quick. They have gotten hold of the site. That spike is going to get planted now. We are, of course, on the new sunset, where it's a little bit harder to play the spam post-plant. It's like I said, that Rolling Thunder is going to get invested in Feta. He's going to go rolling on in. Dasani's already found one on the flank, and hold on a second! It's suddenly all down to Sinaway, and he can't do anything! Another blink and you miss it round where somehow, some way, Koopa Troopers have managed to convert themselves a little thrifty. I mean, of course, maybe not in technicality, as they did carry over 2 rifles from the past round, but still.
I'm out of here.
An excellent start. Well, I mean, I say excellent start. You lost against a bonus round, so maybe that wasn't so excellent, but I mean, that's a great way for Koopa Troopers to start getting back into this. I mean, it's, you got to be careful. You can't be falling too far behind this early on. Especially here on Sunset. Like I said, this is a map that we didn't see a lot of in Stage 2. It's good to see that the teams are willing to play into it now and look to maybe try and improve, you know, the region's map pool in general. Especially now that we have, of course, Pearl and Split back in the map pool. We're not going to be playing either of them today, but, you know, definitely things to look out for. So anyway, let's manage to find one over the top. Common position to TP, but will not be able to convert. Dasani taken out by Zork. Sliding on in straight into a paranoia. Water. Fortunately, can't find much either, as Koopa Troopers had a flash of brilliance, but looks like it is very much being stemmed. Better going to try and get some extra kills on the board, going for the style points with that slide, but Brock not having any of it. He is definitely going to have to go for a save. Try and get out with this gun. You've already gotten your exits, you've gotten your ult online. That's all you can ask for at this point. No point playing for any more exits. At that point, you're just giving your opponents more ult points to play with, really. But that was about as well as a save could have gone for Brock. So yeah, definitely gotta be a little bit worried here for Koopa Troopers. This is your map pick. What do you do? Gotta make something happen. And I mean, you know, it may be a little bit early to start talking about any specific player. Of course, we can talk about how Dasani had such a performance on Haven and how, you know, he hasn't quite started off that well here. Like I said, still very early. Dasani is the sort of player that can just pull an ace out of nowhere, as he did on the first map, and he's held his ground, calling the bluff, not sticking around much longer though, but can't quite escape. It's 1 for 1 at the end of the day, but it's left Water alone here on this A site. Still, of course, a very capable player in his own right, but, you know, you gotta be careful. You can't hold on your own against 4 players without pulling something crazy out of the back pocket.
I know exactly where.
Especially now that that neural theft has come out. That'll probably be the go switch for Arena. Well, just gonna actually slowly creep their way up. I mean, the silence has really brought them a massive advantage here. They found themselves a site where only 1 player is here to fight. He has managed to escape though. And Kaderi, the player in main, oh, he shows his face at the perfect time. Right as Noy is peeking and Water isn't there to help him.
Player standing.
Now leaving Brock, so much to do. 1v3.
Out of charges.
So difficult. And Brock, you know, didn't have a great performance on Haven. Can you get something done here? Well, that's a good start. Sin away, giving himself away for free there on a little bit of a bouncing habit. Not too sure why he went for that one, especially doing the loud jumps. You can silent jump, you know. I mean, I'm pretty sure he would know how to do that, but at the end of the day, not a big deal. Arena definitely not in any trouble at all as far as the money is concerned.
Right here.
They will be just fine. For now, going straight back into things where Feta, he's going to be leading the charge here with the overdrive. He's found Brocky. Sure, this is against an eco round, and the overdrive is definitely going to be a bit of a feast and ult here. Gonna find, you'd think, a lot of value if he chose to go forward, but Feta, you know, is definitely proven to be a very capable, but at the same time, disciplined duelist. This isn't the first time we've seen him use an overdrive, get one, and then be happy to just stay behind, not go too hard into it. As Dasani managed to take out Zork, and Brock's found the flank, so suddenly this eco round is looking a little bit more doable. Dasani taken out though by Feta, sliding out alongside Biggie Cheese, spamming into the smoke, and Feta, quick little hop, skip, and a jump will close out the round as Arena Internet Cafe are absolutely bullying their way into looking like this is a dominant map for them.
Last player standing.
I mean, yeah, good attempt there. I mean, it wasn't eco, and for it to get so close, definitely got to give credit to Koopa Troopas, but this is your map pick where now you're down 5 rounds. I was quite impressed that on, you know, Haven, they made it as close as they did. But here, definitely is where things start to get a little bit scarier. Got the guns online. That money, that bank will not last forever. Brock can take a quick peek. He's managed to find one as well. Gets out with his life just about. The spam to come through, but he will be alive. Now on the flank, Kaderi's managed to find one, and well, Sani's looking to chase him all the way down. He's done just that. Koopa Troopas on quite the flanking maneuver here. Neural theft will reveal those positions of where the rest of Arena has gone as Koopa Troopas. This is the sort of round you need. This is the sort of pressure that they need to be applying. Dasani looking to finally start putting up those numbers that we are so familiar with him doing. Good old Civil Lime, Biggie Cheese. It's going to be falling back for now. Not a fault line, and I mean, this is still, you know, you still have the spike, you have a free site that you can plant on. Whether he will actually try and go for this 1v4, maybe that's another question. He got the spike plant, there's a bit of extra money. And he hears where these players are coming from. He can probably got told by his teammates that a few of them are quite low. Now the Rolling Thunder invested just to try and confirm this round. Dasani will do just that. And fair enough, I don't fault it. It's maybe a little bit overkill, but when you're down on rounds, you just gotta do what you gotta do. In that situation, the ultimate, I think it's the right call. So you could think just how devastating a 1v4 loss would be. Just end it right there, invest the ult. An ult that gets a kill is always a good ult, I think. So, yeah, they will be going forward into this next round without the Rolling Thunder, but of course Tasani has the overdrive, so still could deal some damage, and, well, for Arena, not quite as close. Actually, you know, one off a Rolling Thunder of their own, and Zork, of course, has the Hunter's Fury, so, you know, maybe some ults to play with. But Tasani, he wants to get ahead of it, but Feta is taking him out, and Zork, oh, not Zork, sorry, Brock, will have to run all the way back. Our opening kill not going the way of Dasani this time, and, well,
Take flight.
Arena, once again, will just call the break. They're very happy to just call these pauses in round, even though when, you know, some teams might think this is where we have to go, we've gotten the first kill. Instead, Arena, very happy to slow things down, cause a little bit of confusion. It doesn't seem to have worked in as well this time. Sending in that Rolling Thunder. And, of course, the Hunter's Fury. It's gone really, really well for them, and it's managed to clear out another 2 players.
30 seconds left.
This is where Arena Internet Cafe, this is the sort of round that's like, you know, this is what I think of when I think of this team. You know, they find that first kill, they slow things down, they play such a methodical game. And those ultimates used to perfection. The Rolling Thunder and Hunter's Fury netting a kill and really shutting down any attempt of Koopa Troopas to try and put any sort of string of rounds together. Waters managed to find a couple, but when you're up against 5, it's, you know, near on impossible. So yeah, this is, really, really good stuff from Arena Internet Cafe. This map, we're seeing Kaderi, you know, put up some numbers. Like I said, I mean, Arena,
Right here.
they're a team where
Right
all
here.
of the players are just so solid, right? Like, you know, it's one of those teams where it's hard to think of
Right here.
who's the best player on the team, right? Like, they're all good. They all put up those numbers. And it really is
Standing
a
ahead.
scary prospect to play against when any player, anytime, could pull out a multi-kill. Dasani looking to send this overdrive down through mid. Arena spotted him, taking a little bit of damage back and forth, but they're just trying to wait out this timer, and they've done exactly that. Dasani will have to just use a stinger for the remainder of this round, but he's claimed a lot of space, that's for sure. Whether he chooses to continue on forward is another question. Quick little spot will find 2, sticking around to fight, maybe against better judgment. Water will be revealed as well as Arena slowly try and reclaim some of the space that they have lost. Dasani hasn't gone anywhere yet, but a great double swing will remove him from his position. Water as well will fall to the hands of Feta. So what can you do at this point? I mean, it was a half bite. Sure, you're not expected to win it, but I mean, Arena is just picking this apart. They seem to expect every single play.
30 seconds left.
Of course, time eventually will become an issue, but I mean, they have a free B site that they can go into. But they do have to be careful of these sneaky Koopa Troopa players that are still around mid. Sinaway will fall, and that means no
Spike
smokes
planted.
for the post plant. Of course, maybe not as much of an issue now with the changes to Sunset, as Neuer managed to find a quick 2. Hunter's Fury as well doing a decent amount of damage, and so they will continue to fight on forward, try and make this retake happen. A third for Neuer. He knows where the last one is. Biggie Cheese now.
Cage
There's
trigger.
so much to do. 1 versus 2 to try and extend this lead even further, but the spike, it's being stuck. He can't go for that spam, and Brock has managed to shut him down, keep him out of this round, and put another one on the board for
This is no
Koopa
problem.
Troopers. Excellent shots from Neuer.
My ultimate is ready. Spike diffused.
So that's what Koopa Troopers needed. I mean, it looked so good from Arena to start off with, don't get me wrong. I mean, they started off with the numbers advantage, I think it was a 5v3, but then, you know, that's another thing that Koopa Troopers have been able to do. Is they just out of nowhere will bring back like a 5v3 round.
3 out of 5.
And it seems to happen out of nowhere, but I mean, yeah, I mean that's an excellent round from Neuer. We didn't quite catch all the shots on the replay, but really good. He knows he needs to hold that angle, and Brock knows that he can trust his teammate.
This is a nice spot.
To get straight back into things. Look,
Deploying drone.
another player from, of course, Arena.
Hi!
And super solid here. Just playing on his own, trying to draw some of the attention of Koopa Troopas. And I think he's done just that. As you can see, Neuer, kind of the only player still waiting around top mid, left now to defend the entire B site on his own. So yeah, just a single owl drone can cause a lot of pressure here for Koopa Troopas, but they're definitely not out of things yet. Like I said, I feel like if we had a counter of the amount of first bloods that have gone the way of Arena Internet Cafe and then the round gets converted by Koopa Troopas, it'd be up there, a surprising amount, that's for sure.
Spike planted.
Just drawing enough time for his teammates, maybe not expecting Feder to just slide on full with the stinger. Brocky though, even stunned up, will be able to deal with it. Stinger not quite accurate enough there.
A fine death.
Koopa Troopas still at a disadvantage now, having evened it. They spotted Biggie Cheese, but hasn't quite found the kill. But all the players now are so low on HP. Brock, a chance, but Kaderi locks them out. 8 rounds now on the board.
Last round
Getting
before the switch.
scarily close to that scoreline. Well, actually, matching at least that scoreline now for Arena. It was 8-4 over on Haven. It looks like it will be the same, if not better here for Sunset. Of course, Koopa Troopas were able to then fight back and even things up and make it quite a competitive map at the end of the day, but when you're on your map pick and you're staring down a one map lead for Arena Internet Cafe, definitely going to want to make this as close as possible going into the half if you want any chance at this. This round, it's another half buy, another one where you don't have the greatest weaponry ever. We're just going to be sticking around for a little bit, eventually pushed back. Great fault line to catch him out in the open, but no one was quite available to try and slide in or anything. Feder just waiting for his team. We don't quite know what the initial plan was, but clearly it wasn't to execute on B. It's just to claim that space. They've left Feder behind, and now they're going to go and re-explore towards mid. Brock looking to find a little bit of information with this owl drone, and it's so well timed. Look at that. 3 people spotted towards mid. Ton of info, but the real question is, what do you do with it? For Dasani and Brocky, maybe the answer is push. Still, of course, the trap wire there, and seeing as they've left Feder behind, I think they're willing to come back towards this B side, but Feder ready, was waiting for that trap wire to be broken, and look at that, it's like a spring trap. Sure, the trap wire doesn't reveal anyone, but it reveals a ton of players going your way. Brock trying to fight forward into this, but he's blinded, he's stunned in the air, plucked out of the sky. Asani staying alive, taking out Kaderi at mid, upgraded the rifle now. But alongside Brocky, there's still a lot to do. Brocky's only got a Spectre, and all of Arena Internet Cafe looks like they want to fight. Sinaway takes it. Manages to convert as well up against that Spectre. A better weapon would have taken him out, but this is really showing how Arena have had the advantage with the economy. And Dasani, a good attempt. The players were low, but just couldn't quite get it done. So this time it will be 3-9. A very large scoreline that, of course, carries a lot with it in the history of Valorant if you believe in curses. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a long road ahead for Koopa Troopas. They were able to, bring things back, make things close on Haven, despite being at a deficit at the half. But, I think for that to start coming all the way back, we're going to need to see, kind of like on Haven, we're going to need to see the rest of the team to start stepping up. I mean, Brock has had a bit of a resurgence here. He's topping the scoreboard for the Koopa Troopers. Sani's cooled down a little bit, but, I'm looking down at Water. Sure, I don't think smokes is his traditional role. When I think of water, I think of him playing Phoenix, but I think he's also just a substitute at the moment, so he's left to fill. And yeah, would definitely be good to see a little bit more coming out of these players. It's a 1-for-1 trade to start things off over towards the A site here on the pistol. I'm sure Koopa Troopas will be happy with that. Sinaway out of the round, you know. Sinaway, another player that's had a bit of a more quiet map yet. I believe he was right up there with Dasani on Haven as far as the numbers he was putting up. But yeah, I think along with Dasani, also been a little bit quieter here. Scuderi happy to hold towards mid, and well, if Koopa Troopers choose to push into him, might be dangerous. He's been holding this angle for so long.
Spike down.
And he does it perfectly. 2 quick headshots. That is probably the round sealed and done right there.
30 seconds left. 1 enemy remaining.
It's all down to Brocky, and well, old Biggie Cheese will be the one to finish things off. So it looked like there might have been a chance there, but for Koopa Troopers, that may be a nail in the coffin. So well held by Kaderi. Just ready and waiting as ever. Quick 2-piece. So
Spike
clean.
down mid.
It's now 3-10. Arena gonna be buying up quite heavily into this. As of course are Koopa Troopers. I mean, to be fair, when you are up when you're up 10 rounds, can't really fault them trying to hold on to that lead, and for Koopa Troopers, forcing into things completely makes sense. You gotta start making up the rounds some way or another. You can't give anyone away for free. Away. Gonna take out Dasani, sliding on in. Brocky's found one, but not before getting traded. It's Biggie Cheese is really holding on to the space. Real rock here for Arena. I mean, this has just been shut down immediately. What can Koopa Troopers do? They're getting run down at this point. A good blind, but it doesn't even matter. The running gun, shots through the wall, shots through the boxes. Oh, it's rough for Koopa Troopers. They're gonna have to save War Force again, and this is where Arena may just start to run away with things. Koopa Troopers, they wanted to play a dangerous game, and well, Arena were ready to fight there in the mud as well. So you look at the performances from these players at this point, and yeah, it really is incredible from Arena. Everyone doing their job, getting a ton of value from everything they do, and for Koopa Troopers, feels like nothing is quite working. Still some time here on the attack though to try and make something work. Be careful of this trip though. Dasani, oh, he's managed to stay alive for just a little while. But it is a trade that goes in the favor of the defense, and with Biggie Cheese bringing up the rear once again. Sure, it's taken out by Dasani, but the numbers, they still don't favor Koopa Troopers in the slightest. Until now, Brocky and Dasani both getting 1 each, and it's all down to Kaderi. Only 21 HP to his name. Everyone's low here. Quick little shot. Spotted the back shoulder of Brocky, I believe. He's going to be running all over towards that A site where the spike should be planted without many problems at all. Now we'll have to see where Koopa Troopers choose to play. Dasani and Brock. What do you do? For Kaderi, pulling up the flank there. He's gonna have to go against a high-low setup. And yeah, you're certainly not favored there, especially taking the jump up to that small little edge. As soon as he went for that move, it was all but done.
Gun here.
Well played from Koopa Troopers, Dasani and Brocky. Not done with things just yet. I keep extending this. Show what they're capable of here. in this first round of the group stages. Of course, at the end of the day, this is, you know, it's just round 1. No elimination on the line just yet, but at the same time, it would be good to start things off with a win, or at least, you know, make things a bit closer than it is at the moment.
Found them.
As I mentioned, for Koopa Troopers, it's going to be difficult, to say the least. Sunny already having claimed a lot of space here towards A elbow, but the rest of the team has just left him behind, just as how Feder was on Arena's attack half. Sunny has been inserted over towards A, maybe going to see a bit of a fake come out towards B, and then maybe rotate back where Dasani is waiting. We'll have to see how they choose to do this. As drone comes out, door's gonna get shut. Noya maybe taking a chance to try and go for a swing as Dasani creeps ever closer towards that A site, but there's still players around. Could still get sticky at any situation. All it takes is one pixel out of place, but Dasani is the one to find it. And there's the go button hit. Zork playing the smoke, playing right at the edge, ready to swing out at a moment's notice. He's chosen a timing and it's perfect. Dasani removed, evening the numbers for this retake.
Spike
Can't
planted.
forget about Feder on the flank. Noya will have a lot on his plate. There's no trips to protect him. He's blinded up, and Feder should be finding him any moment now. He's absolutely been sandwiched, and now Feder sliding in. Maybe potential trade from Brock. Exactly that. Water goes down on site, though. As now, what do? You have the Rolling Thunder. Brock, he's going to invest that. And Brock, the name is the same, and they fight together. Last player revealed, and it's perfect. Koopa Troopers. They will stay alive
If you're
for
not a
just
good
a
shot
little
today,
while
don't
longer.
There are other ways. Neutralized.
Things, I mean, like I said, could get sticky at any moment, especially with that flank coming in, but I mean, Brock and Brocky. Like I said, the names get a little confusing sometimes with this team, but they work together so well there.
Neutralized. Right here.
And, I mean, yeah, it's
Caution here.
a little glimmer of hope here
Revealing area.
for the side of Koopa Troopers, who now have to deal with a bit of a set play
Gotta go.
from Arena. Classic stun and slide out and towards tiles. There is no one waiting there. Kaderi is going to be taken out on the B site, and that spike should get planted now. But all of Arena is here, looking to try and
Right here.
start off this retake together. They've arrived very, very quickly. So Koopa Troopers, they're going to have to be on their toes, that's for sure. They're going to send out Paranoia and Stun any second now. Brock's managed to escape any sort of counter utility as well. Are they ready for Zork on the flank? He sent out a recon bolt, so I think
Last player
Noya should be
standing.
ready.
Standing ahead.
Back fall down to Zork and Dasani. Sliding on in. Flawless round. Is against an eco, so you know, all is well and good there for Arena Internet Cafe. Maybe a timeout will come out soon. You still have quite the buffer. Oh, no, there it is. I didn't even know that was coming, but hey, you know, what can I say? I used to be a coach, you know? Wasn't for long, but yeah, definitely Arena pulling the stop plug out. Calling a pause. I definitely got to credit them for, you know, being so proactive on these timeouts. I think back to Haven, where they started up, like, you know, 3-1 or something like that, and Dasani gets an ace, and they immediately say, nope, not having any of that. We might be in the lead, but got to call a pause after that, and then they really started running away with things. So, you know, definitely ton of credit to the coach of Arena. We'll see how they do moving forward. I will say as well, worth noting that after most of the timeouts we've seen from Arena, they have tended to do quite well coming back into things. So definitely
Gotta go.
things to be worried about if you are hoping for Koopa Troopers to really try and get back into things. Whereas Arena at this point, you know, you still can feel relatively comfortable with the lead you have, but complacency definitely kills. You still got to be careful. You still got to be aware that Koopa Troopers have some bite in them. For now, Koopa Troopers happy to slow things down. Not really noting too much towards mid just yet. It's just really a trip there that Biggie Cheese is playing off, and I mean, look how far back Kaderi is on the minimap, and he's playing on another planet at this point. Arena, off the back of that timeout, they're playing very, very passively here. And sure, Feta has been running around over on the B site, having a little bit of a early space gathering earlier in the round, but for now, he's going to be a little bit cornered. He does have teammates here to try and help him out. Sprays on him into Garage, but nothing has been rewarded yet until then. Brock caught out of place in main. Feta still alive and fighting on the site. Like I said, teammates there to help him out, but for now, Koopa Troopers, they've sold a great fake, and now they're running over towards A, but Zork, oh, the Hunter's Fury is perfect. It's found two players, lined them up over towards mid. Sure, the spike will go down, but the positions are known. The players are low. I mean, I know Koopa Troopers have pulled out a lot of, you know, 2vx's rounds where they're down in numbers and still somehow managed to get it done, so we'll have to see if they can do it this time. But Dasani's on 5 HP, and Noya is playing alone on the site where there's going to be 3-4 players running into him. Feta slides in, breaks the ankles. Dasani left on his own, and Zork, another massive 3k in the round. Like I said, this guy pulls the hat tricks out. It feels like, you know, 4 or 5 times every series. Every time I watch him, there's always a couple dozen, not a couple dozen is a lot, but you know, at least 2 or 3 rounds every game where he just gets a quick 3 kill that wins the round for the team. Arena is doing, I mean, they needed that, that's for sure. You can see, if they had lost that, it would have gotten very, very dire, even as it is. Biggie Cheese and Kaderi going to be holding on to Guardians. So now Sani sliding on through mid is the decision, and well, they managed to find first blood. Feels like Koopa Troopers, they don't get that very often.
I know exactly.
Unfortunately for them, for Arena, Noya stuck his way onto the B side. Not even sure how that happened, but he's really opened things up for the rest of his team to now come back to him. Kaderi still lurking around towards market, but you know, the spike's gonna go down, and Koopa Troopers, they definitely have numbers. I don't know if that was a mistake on planting the spike there. Lose a couple seconds, and well, at least the spike's gone down now, but still, you're in a numbers advantage situation. You have some ults to play with. Brock just needs to stay alive. Played the Hunter's Fury, and sure, Biggie Cheese has that Rolling Thunder, but I doubt that'll be used unless they can find an opener, and Water hasn't rewarded him with that, so I feel like this round should be going the way of Koopa Troopers. They should hold on for just a little while longer, as it really is a slow crawl back for Koopa Troopers. At least they're making things look a little bit more competitive when you consider where this has come from. A 9-3 half where they lost the pistol, it got to 11-3, and you know, it's still not looking great. You know, you're still 5 rounds trailing. But at least now they're starting to have some moments where these players are coming in line, hitting their shots, and that round it was Noya. We've seen one from Dasani as well, and it'll only take a couple more. Like I said, you look at a player like Dasani, you know, up there when we're thinking about the best duelists in our region. Maybe not quite as synonymous as Doctor and Neon, but you know, at least definitely a very capable duelist. But for now, we have to say that Noya has been removed. No longer going to be an issue in this round for Arena. They have an advantage, but his ults that can be used against you Brock immediately fights forward. The Rolling Thunder, I don't think it really hit all too much. Sure, Biggie Cheese has gotten some space, but Dasani's still alive. He's managed to take out 2. Like I said, pulls quick double kills in a matter of seconds. And Brock, of course, also has this Hunter's Fury, which he can invest into this. Shock Bolt sent out. That'll deal a decent chunk of damage, and yeah, I think this round is wraps. Sinaway, he's on for an ace. He won't quite get it, but what he definitely won't be getting is a round for Arena Internet Cafe. I mean, that would have been quite the way to end it with an ace, but it won't be quite the case.
Right here.
Honestly, I mean, you gotta say props to Sinaway for starting off a little bit quiet in this series, and then now coming back and being, you know, up there on the leaderboard. I mean, once again, look at the leaderboard for Arena. I say it every time, but like, all of them are going even or positive. Feels like you never see a player on Arena going negative. They're always putting up numbers, doing their jobs. The assists are insane. I mean, Biggie Cheese has to be one of the best support players in our region for sure. Dasani will be revealed by that shock recon bolt. Destroys the trip and manages to find Kadari's head just peeking up over the top of the smoke as the spike will get planted, and this is looking good for the Koopa Troopers once again in a round where they've finally gotten a first kill. Like I said, feels like whether they get the first kill or not, somehow they managed to make it work out for them. Water looking to try and fill the space on the back of side, playing right out in the open. That's a dangerous way to be playing. He will be punished for it. Now I believe Brock, this is the time where you're gonna have to pull out that ultimate. You're gonna have to use the Hunter's Fury and hope Noya can protect you. He's done exactly that, but not before half goes off on the spike. Noya runs out of bullets, but everyone is low. The spam could be perfect. Biggie Cheese, though, holding the ground, and it's been stuck under their nose, even though the HP wasn't there. Oh, the kill comes through too late. Oh, that is devastating for the side of Koopa Troopers, but, I mean, Arena, they've put on quite the show for us here today, and I believe we will be looking at the stats in just a moment as I get myself sorted out here. And yeah, let's have a quick little look as once again Dasani topping the scoreboard, but I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, Arena, like I said, the well-oiled machine. They might not have a player putting up 30 kills every game, but all of the players will put up exactly what they need to. They will work together, and we've seen that here today. I mean, sure, it got a little bit close on Haven, and, you know, things started to get a little bit out of hand on Sunset, but they always hold the line, even if things get close. Such a solid squad moving forward. They will pick up their first win here in Stage 3 in this group stage. And unfortunately, that will be all for tonight. Unfortunately, we're only playing one series a day, but we will be going every single day, every night at 6:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. So, you know, be back here tomorrow. We will be casting another game. I'm not too sure which one it is yet. We'll have to see what the results are from all the other games that took place here tonight. But, yeah, I mean, hey, it's good to be back, you know. The new overlay is working. We're having a good time, and I mean, I think tomorrow I'm going to be back casting with Chams, so we're going to have another new face here in Challenges. A lot of the community casters are coming together, and we're going to be putting on some great Valorant for you guys to watch. I mean, the players are going to be the ones putting it on. We're just the ones displaying it, but I mean, hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for another awesome day here in Challenges, and I will see you all tomorrow. Good night.
Good morning, Oceania. Welcome back to day 2 of Game Changers Oceania Stage 2. 10 teams have been vying for the exclusive spot to head to Thailand for Game Changers Pacific, and today their journey continues. Remember, the DXA threes out getting one, looking for a second. Hey, extremely low, opposed down, and Dawn also falls. That's a 3-piece for Zyro, and DXA using this beautiful blade storm, take 2 of Evergarden down. The trap has been triggered. Tayo ready, gets 2 clean shots.
2 gold, and this is working, Ricey.
Yeah, no comment. Really strong with the blaze. So I'm getting 1, getting 2, looking for the 3rd, getting the 3rd.
Oh my.
Someone is in the garage, and they're going to be able to take them down and take the victory and take their place in the upper finals. Starless getting revenge. Is Zyro getting 2, looking for a 3rd. Sees Legacy just goes to safety, goes with a headshot, beautiful headshot. Gold, who's on half HP, finds him exactly where the spike diffuser is. But the time just tries to defuse, but it's not even halfway, and Gold knows where they are. Getting that defuse, Shiny getting 2 picks as well, going for the 3rd. Full huge for them. Just getting 2. Now it's just X, last one available versus 2. Poppy stick it. X will stick and just gets a 4-piece. Retake from Evergarden. Starless taking down Sayo, going for a 3-piece. Now it's a 3v4. Oh, Legacy going for 2.
Oh my god.
Cleaning up. Just yet. X though, able to get 1, 2, getting for the 3rd. Each pick, 4v5, just getting another one on the high ground, going for the 3rd. Getting 3rd, going for the 4th. Diffusing is halfway. It's sticking. It's still sticking. X launches the round. Back, getting 2 members. Jess getting 2 though, even though despite the blind, currently now got his last one live, and Jess getting the kill. Well, to try and get a bit more of advantage, but X gets taken out. Silas taking down 3-4 members of Evergarden to help sustain this tournament. Everything lies on their shoulders, but Jess takes out one, Legacy takes the other, and Vixen are moving through the lower bracket.